video, I'm going to give a quick shout out to Tennessee Homestead. Recently subscribed to my channel. I've been watching his videos for about a year now, and he's got a lot of really great information on there. He can really help people out. He's all about the community. He really wants a good community on his channel, and people to just talk to and really reach out to people who are new to livestock, new to farming. He's got a lot of really great information, so if you haven't seen his channel, check it out. But on my video today, we're going to talk about composting horse manure and things that you need to watch out for when composting any kind of manure. So I'm going to take a look at my compost pile. Alright guys, this is composted horse manure. As you can see, there's a couple of bugs still working in here, but it has pretty much cooled down. And this is what it looks like. This is pretty much ready to spread on the field. Nothing major. But it starts out, I got a mixture of hay, horse manure, wood chips. That's going to be the start to my next pile. See, it's all growed up right now. But there is a big pile of horse manure here. And it's pretty much ready to spread on the field. And this here is going to be the start to my new compost pile. I go to spread that on the field, I'll just come in with a loader and a tractor, scoop that up, and then we'll start here. And eventually all this will get pushed back there. Alright, as you can see, there's a lot of vegetation, grass, different weeds growing on it. Alright guys, so that's what my manure looks like. Right now, the main pile, it's all black. Still got some bugs working in it, but it has pretty much cooled down now. I just put mine in a big pile. I have so much horse manure that it would not be feasible for me to build a box to put it in to compost like you would if you were using it for a small garden. But with that being said, if you are going to use horse manure in a garden and you have never been around farming or livestock, you need to watch this video. What I'm going to talk about today is not so much how to compost horse manure, but what you need to watch out for when you get manure from a farmer or a rancher, anything like that. Alright, so the first thing is, when it comes to livestock, there is a chemical that you can spray on pasture that kills anything with the leaf. It's called a broadleaf killer. There's quite a few different brands, and you can really cause yourself a lot of problems with that. It's fine for the animals to eat it. It don't hurt the animals in any way. But if you're planning on putting manure on your vegetable garden, or if you're new to farming and you're planning on using manure to fertilize your soybean fields, or if you're just buying a piece of land and you want to think about starting a garden, you need to find out when the last time that area that you're going to use for your garden was sprayed with a broadleaf killer, because it can stay in the ground for years. And if you try to plant tomatoes, peppers, green beans, anything with a leaf on it, it will kill it. It will not be there, because it goes through the animal, it works the whole process, but it stays in the horse, it stays in the manure, it stays in the ground. And I watched a video. The reason I'm doing this is I watched a video on YouTube of a woman who uses composted manure in her garden. She got almost 100,000 views in the past year. And I know I'm not looking to get 100,000 views, just looking to put some information out there. So she was talking about how you can compost manure and you can get it from local farmers, but she didn't say anything about making sure it didn't have any broadleaf killers in it, which can cause a lot of problems for people especially because she made one point that if you go to a stockyard, usually out back they have a big pile of manure with a free sign on it, which is true. The stockyard 2 minutes from my house has a big sign that says you load, you can have it. And they probably have 100 tons of horse manure, cow manure, sheep, pigs, all mixed in there. The problem with that is, on a sale day, you can have 1,000 animals coming from 1,000 different farms. And if one of them farms used a broadleaf killer to clean up their pasture, their hay fields, or anything like that, and you get that particular manure, it's going to kill your garden. And it takes years for that stuff to decompose enough to get out of the manure before you can actually use it on anything that has a leaf. So that's something you need to watch out for, because a lot of it is because of horse people. Now, I have horses, like I said, I use horse manure. I know that there is no broadleaf killers in any of my hay, any of my pastures, nothing like that. So my horse manure is fine to use, and so is a lot of other farmers. And the reason I say it's because of horse people is because, like, if you go to Kentucky where there are thoroughbred breeding stables or training stables, anytime you see their pastures, they look like a lawn. Not a single weed in them. And people that have horses are really picky about their hay. So people that bale hay for horses, they don't want any weeds in it because they don't want their customers to complain. So if somebody who bales hay for horses gets hay that is dusty or has some weeds in it or something like that, certain things that horses can't have, like foxtail, anything like that, they're going to sell it to cattle people at a discount. So then you can get broadleaf killer in the hay that goes to the cattle, which can then be in cow manure. So just keep that in mind when you're going to get horse manure from a farmer. If they're right up the street, just ask them, say, hey, have you used any of this kind of stuff? Have you heard about it? Yeah, you can look up all kinds of information about how broadleaf killers will destroy vegetable gardens, soybeans, anything that has a leaf on it, and it can literally stay in the ground for years, which is a really great thing if you don't want any weeds. People use it on their yards, regular yards, just to get rid of the clover and stuff like that. But it can cause a lot of problems if you use it as composted manure in a garden. You won't have a garden. You might have some corn because it's in the grass family and broadleaf killers don't affect it as much. But tomatoes, So just be careful where you get your manure from for composting. It is a really great thing to have in your garden to make sure you have the proper fertilizer, but you really need to watch what is in your manure. So that's about it for this. Just wanted to go through that. Like I said, I seen that video, and the woman, I'm sure she knows, because she's a really big into gardening, and I'm not going to throw her name out there, but just want to get it out there that there is some concerns from getting manure from a stockyard, feedlot, anything like that, that you can't talk to the people who own the land, who know what has been in the pastures, what's been in the hay. And like I said, guys, just trying to help out a little bit. There's not a whole lot of information here. Just something to be aware of if you do start looking at manure for your gardens. So guys, if you like this video and you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to put up a couple videos a week. But that's all I got to say on this one. Y'all stay safe.